Hey guys, it's me, the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Rajshri Food. Well, today's recipe is loaded with nuts and dry fruits. Well, this one is a dry fruit laddu. Well, this is a recipe which is going to use some very simple ingredients, which one are available all through the year, and two are very easily available even in your pantry. Let's begin with desi ghee. Let's add in 1 spoon to begin with. Well, all of this ghee is going to be utilized in frying or roasting all these different ingredients. The first ingredient that I'm actually going to fry is gond or gundar. It's also known as dink in Marathi. Well, this one is nothing but plant gum, edible plant gum, which needs to be fried. It puffs up, it balloons up, and then you need to crush this. It's wonderful for your bones and your overall health. While the ghee is just kind of beginning to heat up, I'm going to add this. This is almost going to quadruple in its volume, so be very careful. Keep stirring. The gum is fried and ready. Let's transfer this in a bowl. Similarly, let's add in some more ghee and start frying the rest of the ingredients, beginning with cashew nuts. Well, all these nuts need to be fried on low flame. Again, I'm not frying all these at once because the cooking time or the roasting time or the browning time for each nut is different. Cashew nuts are fried and ready. Nice nutty and golden brown in color. In the same ghee, I'm going to add in golden raisins. Once the raisins balloon up, I'm going to carefully lift these and transfer these in the bowl. Do not overdo this, otherwise it'll start caramelizing. Now you see, they're wonderfully ballooned up. In another 2 to 3 minutes, they'll again start shriveling. But what has happened is, it's got that nice nutty aroma, which is essential for a recipe like this. Let's continue with the addition of some more ghee. And this time, I'm going to pan fry walnuts. Now again, for a recipe like this, the choice is completely yours. You can use nuts and fruits, of course, of your choice. In this case, the fruits are only raisins and dates, but you can use apricots, you can use prunes and go all out and wild, use cranberries. For nuts, you can use macadamia nuts, you can use Brazilian nuts, pecan nuts for all you care. Just ensure that these are nuts that eventually in a laddu form or a bar form is loved by you, your folks and your family. Once this also starts getting a wonderful nutty aroma, we'll transfer this and add in the next nut, which in this case are almonds. Some more ghee. But all of this needs to be exhausted by the end of this row, so feel free. Well, in case you have some more time at hand, or if you're the ones who likes blanched almonds, by all means, go all out and use those. Let's transfer the almonds as well. By now you would have realized that it's an extremely simple recipe. It's all about collecting all the ingredients, frying them, and then I'll explain as we move further. Let's add in pistachios, which are shelled and not salted. Please do remember. Well, pistachios for the uninitiated are very sensitive, delicate nuts. Let's fry this on absolute low and moderate flame. Pistachios, roasted and done. Finally, let's take all the remaining ghee. Of course, if there's a little remaining in the bowl and on the spoon, just keep it aside because we're going to use it later so that you don't need extra additional ghee. And in this ghee, let's add in the dates, which are seedless and chopped. Now, another note of caution, for a recipe like this, do not use your expensive A-grade nuts, because eventually, even if you take a lower grade, it's absolutely fine because the nutrition is going to be intact. The A-grade nuts are always used for garnishes and things like that, where they're going to be seen in its entirety. Remember this. But having said all of this, ensure that you take nuts of good quality. Now you'd be wondering, what is the whole purpose of actually pan frying the dates? It softens it and flavors it, of course, with ghee. Let's transfer this as well. Another important step here is to allow all of this to come down to room temperature. Once that happens, we'll move forward. Let's crush these. Now there are several ways in which you can crush these. One is, of course, hand chopping them or hand cutting them. The second one is putting all of this into a bag which is nice and firm, and then bashing it with a rolling pin. And the third option is using a grinder. Now when I'm using a mixer jar or a grinder, I'm also ensuring that all the ghee is kind of scraped and taken while doing this. You do not want anything wasted. And now a few blitz, and that's about it. Let's have a quick check. That's where you have some powder, some crushed nuts, just the way we want. Now without further ado, let's transfer all of this into a larger container. A few irregular pieces here and there, it's all absolutely fine. Let's add in the next nut, almonds in this case. With this, we can also add in cashew nuts and pistachios. The quantity is less, it's all manageable. Let's blitz this as well. Well, this is perfectly fine. Let's place this back and let's add in the softer fruits, beginning with dates, and along with this, the raisins. Like I said, ensure that all the ghee goes into the recipe. Let's grind this as well. The idea of running this into the mixer is to ensure that this becomes slightly pasty, not entirely of course, but it just becomes kind of pliable, because all of this now needs to be kneaded together into a dough, a nice, rich, decadent dough of nuts and fruits. Let's transfer this as well. Ensure that every little bit from the mixer, from the base, from the blade, from the walls is all scraped and into the recipe. Also ensure that all the ghee is also pushed back into the recipe. Let's scrape the cover or the cap as well. This is also where all the goodness is hiding. Let's add in the plant gum, which has bloomed wonderfully well. And finally, we can add in some spices as well. You can add in some ginger powder, you can add in nutmeg powder, you can add in clove powder, you can add in cinnamon powder. What I'm doing today is making it very basic and adding in cardamom powder, green cardamom. Well, in fact, even if you do not add any of these spices, it's going to be wonderful because of the goodness of all the nuts and fruits. Well, finally, I'm going to mix all of this together. I'm just kind of releasing the dates because they've all clumped together, and then you just bring all of this together. While mixing this, you need to ensure a few things. Because of the pulsing or because of the grinding, all the nuts have also kind of warmed up again, but that's absolutely fine. You do not have to worry. If you're comfortable doing this with your fingers, by all means you can do that. You can wear gloves and do it. You can take a wooden spatula and do it. Choice is completely yours. Just ensure that all of this comes wonderfully well together. But you may feel it's clumped in certain few parts and things like that, But do not get tempted to add in any moisture. No honey, no maple, no sugar syrup, no fruit essences, no fruit pulps, purees, nothing. No milk, no water, for sure. Just ensure that all of this comes together just on its own. The recipe by itself is perfect. You do not have to worry about anything else. Now I'm just bringing all of this together. A very typical grandmother style of mixing all of this. Once all of this has come perfectly well together, we add in one last ingredient, and that is poppy seed. Well, poppy seeds, you can toast these, keep it untoasted, choice is completely yours. I've added this right towards the end because I wanted to get nice and sparkly on the outside. Well, now finally, the remaining ghee, which was there in the bowl, remember I told you do not do anything with it, just keep it aside. We take lemon-sized clumps of this dough, which is just kind of barely stuck together, and we convert these into laddus. Press it, turn it, press it, turn it. That's the only way to make a laddu at home. So you have a nice, rich, decadent, naturally sweetened laddu, which is also healthy. Well, similarly, let's make some more. With this, our super healthy dry fruit laddu is done and ready. On that note, stay tuned for more such quick, simple, easy, stunning, and sometimes also healthy recipes only on Rajshri Food. Bye for now.